Good morning students. Last week we have started with chapter 3 physical fitness, wellness and lifestyle. Last week we had completed till importance of physical fitness and today we are starting with components of the physical fitness. Physical fitness, as discussed earlier, it is a much broader term. It does not indicate that a person is only physically fit. So it is very important for a physical education teacher or a coach to know that what all traits related to physical fitness you can develop in students. There are 5 main basic physical fitness components and these components are interrelated with each other directly or indirectly. So we can see what are the components. As written here, it is strength, endurance, speed, flexibility and coordinative abilities. Now strength, you can see it is the ability of the muscles to overcome the resistance. Resistance means that when you are doing any activity, sometimes it happens that we are not able to perform that much well because something is preventing us. That is that strength, extra strength whenever you are giving, initially you feel that something is preventing us and it can take place in the form of pains in the muscles, etc. So it is the ability to how our muscles are overcoming the resistance. Strength is naturally necessary for all the physical activities and this strength is provided by your muscles. Strength can be defined as the amount of force a muscle can exert. Without proper strength, no activity can be performed. So it is very important component of a physical fitness. Now the level of the strengths are different depending upon the nature of the activity, depending upon the age of the person and depending upon the sex, that is it is male or female. And another thing, it is very important that we should give importance to the fact that different games require different levels and strengths and types of strengths. So strength is again divided into two, that is static strength and dynamic strength. Static strength, it is also called as isometric strength. Now it is the ability of the muscles to act against resistance position in static position. In this, the length of the muscle does not change and there is no visible movement at the joint. Static strength can be measured by dynamometer. Now you can see, for example, I will tell you that is in weightlifting. Weightlifting, you find that a person is standing at a particular place only and he is applying the strength to lift the object. So whenever he is lifting the object, no muscle movement is shown, but at a single position all the strength has to be given. So that is called as static strength. Now dynamic strength, it is also called as isotonic strength. It is the ability of a person to do various movement or to overcome resistance. For example, where if you are doing push-ups, pull-ups, etc., these will be coming in your dynamic strength. That is, at a particular position you are holding yourself and you are trying to lift your body without doing much movement of the body. That is leg movement, or if push-ups or pull-ups you are doing leg movement, at that particular point the leg will be at a steady position. Now dynamic strength is divided into 3 types: maximum strength, explosive strength and strength endurance. Now coming to maximum strength, it is the ability of the muscles to act against the maximum resistance in a single effort. This type of strength is used in weightlifting, power wrestling, etc., where you have to start with a little amount of strength first and then immediately you are going to lift up, isn't it? Immediately, in the sense that gradually when you start lifting up at a position, you come and you realize that at this position you have to give maximum strength in the sports. Now explosive strength, it is the ability to overcome the resistance with maximum speed. That is, if the resistance is coming at that particular point. For example, in weightlifting you see at a point you are not able to lift up more the weight. At that time you have to give your explosive strength, that is the maximum strength has to be applied all of a sudden, so that instead of the weight going down, the weight should be lifted in the upward direction. Now last is the strength endurance. Strength endurance means that it is actually a combination of strength and endurance. That is, you are holding your body at a particular position for a longer time. For example, if you are doing aerobic exercise, if you are turning towards your left, you should remain in the left position for a longer time. That is, you are giving at least 30 seconds. For example, sometimes planks and all, when people do, they do it in the turns of 15 seconds or 30 seconds. So for 30 seconds you are holding your body at a one particular position, and that is called as strength endurance. So all these three strengths naturally depends upon your ability, the activity you are taking, and what is your age. Now let us come to the next point, that is endurance. Now endurance is the ability to continue a particular work or an activity for a longer time period. That is, when you are running, for example, first day you are running 1 kilometer, after that you are getting exhausted. Second day you have started running 1.5 kilometer, then only you got exhausted. So this will show that gradually your endurance power is increasing. That is, you can sustain or continue the activity for a longer period of time. Now endurance is also classified into short term and long term endurance. Short term endurance, usually it is needed in sports where the action or the movement is only for a short time and it is done with less intensity. For example, aerobics you can take. Aerobics usually you are doing according to your convenience, that is 15 minutes, 30 minutes. The intensity also will be less. There is no hard and fast rule that maximum strength now itself you have to apply, because you are not in competition with anyone in short term activities. Long term activities, in long term activities you want that long term races, cross country race which we had, like these type of activities in which the intensity can be less but the activity will be taking place for a longer time. Cycling, etc. All of a sudden we are not going to put in all the strength, but at the last, by the time you are going to reach at the last moment, you are going to put in more force. So intensity will be less but the duration is going to be more. Now let's come to the next component of physical fitness, that is speed. Speed is actually the ability to perform same pattern of movements at a faster rate. That is, same activity you are doing but your speed is going to increase. The pattern of movement you are going to increase again and again. Now you can see that speed is also classified into 5 types, that is reaction time. Let me explain first the reaction time. Reaction time means that it is the time taken to perform an action as quick to a signal. That means that if you are playing the cricket, the ball is coming to you, that if you are very quick, you are very attentive, the reaction time will be fast. That is fast, you are going to hold the ball, you are going to react to the situation, that you know that where you have to throw the ball now. Speed of movement is also associated with reaction time, because it is the ability of the muscles to do a single movement in minimum time. Whatever movement you are doing, that is, you are holding the ball and throwing it in the other direction, minimum time has to be taken for that. Acceleration, that is, the acceleration means to gain the maximum speed using very less time. If you are doing catching the ball, throwing it, less time you have to take, but your speed of movement should be very high. So all these points are actually interrelated. Now speed endurance means that this is your ability to perform the movement at the fastest rate under the condition of fatigue also. Fatigue means that even if you are tired, but you know that okay, the ball is coming to me and I have to react quickly. So your reaction time will be more, speed of movement and acceleration also will be more. So endurance means you are sustaining that thing, that yes, I have to do, and you are maintaining your speed. Locomotor ability, it is actually the ability of the individual to maintain the speed for maximum possible time. Like I told you, all the points are interrelated. Locomotor ability also shows that continuously you are maintaining your speed, and naturally thinking that I am doing this and this will not work. You have to show it on the field. For that it is necessary that you should show your maximum speed in minimum time. So now children, these 3 points, I think it is clear to you. Read your textbook along with this and prepare the notes for components of physical fitness. Flexibility and coordinative abilities I will be explaining you in the next class. Thank you, students.